Welcome to channel 69, and you have Big Hurt with the Ghetto Report.
You can't even be on, they talking black, you know how many white people is on call? All right, that.
What's up? I'm glad you brought it up. Big Hurt back with another edition of the Ghetto Report. We got the merch available too. Listen, support the channel, put some subs on that, and let's get to it. Now, we was talking in the studio about the recent arrest of a lot of black men. You know, we're gonna get to Kodak Black's arrest. We were debating the police were inadvertently targeting black men as opposed to white men, because a lot of white people in general get high too. They are drug abusers, and the majority of the country is white. So why are the incarceration numbers and the arrest numbers always disproportionate to the amount of people that's in America? Minorities get arrested in jail 3 times more than whites when whites are the dominant race in America. It makes no sense unless this is a concerted effort to lock up people of color. So we were debating that in the studio, and let us know your take on that. Holla at the Ghetto Report. And we want to talk about Kodak Black's arrest. Like, there's a lot of news shows out there on the web, and a lot of times, a lot of these people that's giving the news, they're not fluent in the law, so they're stating their personal opinion as fact and as news. So we want to clear some things up that we were academics speaking about when he was talking about Kodak Black's arrest, where he was saying that if you get pulled over by the police and they find pills on you, they're going to categorize it as cocaine, and that's how they categorize Kodak Black's arrest. And he had some paperwork that said he was arrested for cocaine. Listen, we don't know what Kodak Black had, allegedly had or didn't have, but what we do want to clear up is the fact that if the police do arrest you and you have pills on you and they are not cocaine, they're not going to put cocaine down. They send this stuff to the lab and get tested by chemists, and they tell you what this. A lot of times when you get this illicit substances and they're pills and stuff, they're going to put down possession of a controlled substance. They're not going to put down cocaine, dope, marijuana. They're not going to put down all that unless it is that. In fact, they're not going to put down cocaine for pills. So if he had cocaine on him, they're supposed to put down cocaine. If he had pills on him, they're going to put down possession of a controlled substance, because we know a lot of narcotics come in pill forms and they're different narcotics. So they're going to put a controlled substance and leave that to the prosecutor and the drug expert when the case further goes to trial or whatever, where it goes to hearings. So we just want to help you out in that one, Act. Listen, we respect your opinion, but do a little more research before you throw that out there, because I don't want these guys that do have pills and they might have prescription drugs that are lawfully administered to them, and thinking that if they get pulled over, that the police is going to classify it as cocaine when they're not. It's a controlled substance, and people that are prescriptions for controlled substances can produce them prescriptions and they'll be okay. We want to, hold up. I want to answer the phone because it's the Ghetto Report. I'm going to hit you back. Big Hurt back with the Ghetto Report.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Big Hurt, STAYFLY Nation, listen, if you like what we're doing with the channel, Big Hurt and Baby Paul, donate, put some subs on there. You know what I'm saying? Big Hurt, we get into everything, me and Baby Paul. Whatever y'all want to see, we gonna get into. But y'all gotta subscribe, y'all gotta hit the like button, and y'all gotta support the channel. Big Hurt, I'm out. Listen, we want to get into Diddy's facing another lawsuit. This one is very serious in nature. They're all serious when you're dealing with sexual abuse, right? But we do want to harp on this one because, allegedly, again, we always say allegedly because we don't know. A lot of these things are just falling out the sky, it seems like it. So we don't know if these accusations made against Diddy or any other star are true, and we hope everybody will get their day in court. But this recent accusation is coming from a woman who said that she was 17 at the time of the incident, and Diddy had flew her up to New York to party. I think allegedly the woman produced pictures where she was partying with Diddy, not party, but partying with Diddy, and she had some pictures sitting on his lap and whatnot. And she's saying that she was allegedly ganged by Diddy and the head of his record label, Hard Pierre. She said that after the encounter, she was left on the floor in a fetal position. So those are very serious accusations, and we can't put no validity to them, or we can't say they're true or not true. We just want to report the news to y'all and let y'all know that, listen, we're living in difficult times now, right? You can't say but so much about women or anything sexual now because it can be misconstrued and taken out of context. They got a little debate going on online, Melissa Ford and Cam. You know what I'm saying? Cam and Mace was on their show, their sports show, and they were reminiscing about some stuff that took place back in the 90s where they allegedly visited a whorehouse and had sex with a woman working in the whorehouse, and Melissa Ford made a comment that they didn't take kindly to. So they going back and forth. And we were debating that here at the Ghetto Report, and we feel like Melissa basically was saying that the climate that we're in, you shouldn't even be going back reminiscing about stories like that. You should let sleeping dogs lie because it can be misconstrued. We've seen cases where, and even though I understand why Cam mentioned it, Cam also said that they were underage when they visited the whorehouse, so they didn't figure they were doing anything that wrong. even if visiting the whole house is illegal or whatever, they didn't feel they were breaking the law, and they definitely wasn't committing a sexual offense, they didn't feel. But at the same time, in the climate we in, things can be misconstrued. That's why Cam probably took such offense with it. But at the same time, I think Melissa Ford was trying to tell them inarticulately that y'all shouldn't even be talking about stuff like that, because we've seen cases where women have been forced into prostitution. They've been forced to work in these type of environments. People coming over that's been brought over here and forced to work off their wage to get over here. So you don't know what the circumstance was. We hope it wasn't the type of circumstances, but to even bring that story up and put yourself in the crosshairs of things that's going on now could be detrimental to you. So I think that's what she was really trying to say. And we hope that they can resolve their issues and go on, because we really don't like to see black people fight, you know what I'm saying? So we hope that skin folk can get past that and get on, keep getting money. We want to talk about also, real briefly, let's go back to that debate quickly. I was debating with the people inside. I said that, me, Big Hurt, right? I feel like these guys are getting the short end of the stick with these accusations, right? Because even if they're found to be innocent a year from now, this cancel culture got you ruining your whole life. A person can ruin your whole livelihood, right? And make this accusation against you. And then you can disprove it 18 months from now, but your shows have been canceled, you're out of work, your reputation has been smeared. It was a time when people were afraid to say or write things about people because they would be sued for slander and libel. It's like they don't even use them words no more. People don't even worry about that. Because the thing is, right, let's say a woman that hasn't been a victim of a crime, of a sex attack, makes an accusation like that, she's lying, right? Now the guy gets canceled. A year later, he proves in court because that she doesn't have any evidence and they throw the case out. His reputation is still smeared because people like to remember the bad things about you as opposed to the good things about you. So it's a very dangerous climate that we're living in today. I appeal to everyone to be very careful what they say and how they articulate themselves, because you really got to be politically correct in all your endeavors nowadays, and you got to watch who you lay down with too. All that promiscuity and going to the clubs is very dangerous, because you can get caught up in a situation where you have to literally fight for your life, because your reputation is your life. You know what I'm saying? Your word is your bond. So don't take that for granted. So we just want to give y'all a little word of advice to that. I was thinking, and I was laughingly saying in the studio, that if Big Hurt got accused of something like that, I'm going to just run for the presidency, because I'm going to use the same argument that President Trump uses. He feels that because he's running for the presidency, whatever crime he may have done or may not have done, they should just hold in abeyance and not prosecute him, which is ridiculous. He just came out of court the other day and said, this is a witch hunt because this is the biggest witch hunt of a presidential candidate in history. Come on, bro. They know they come after you not because you're running for presidency. You're running for the presidency to evade paying any type of penalty for anything you've done. And I think that if Big Hurt was accused of something, I'm running for the presidency and I want to be held in abeyance too. I want to run and run and run because, listen, and it's funny because he's the front runner, which is crazy. He does no debates. He just says he's running. I don't know where the majority of Americans that vote for him minds are at. Don't y'all, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. If you inflated your properties, because, come on, he wrote books on this, The Art of the Deal and all that stuff, so let's not act naive like he wasn't doing what he's, I'm gonna say allegedly still, but come on, let's call a spade a spade. But I was just laughingly saying in the studio, I'm gonna run for president if somebody say I squeeze their butt, because listen, I'm running for presidency, let's hold that in the banks. But we just wanna just throw that out there. We wanna talk about Jamal Bowman too, the congressman who was convicted of a misdemeanor for pulling a firearm. Now Bowman said he pulled the firearm by accident, right? The Republicans say that he pulled the firearm to delay the vote that they were having. Bowman said that he feels like them censoring him is a waste of time. We ride with skin folk over here, but Bo, come on now. Accident or not, they gotta set an example because they have it on video too. And they gotta set an example. So I think you should just keep it moving, get censored, and then just continue to do your job. I'm gonna hit you with an immortal line from Ed Lover. Come on, son. Come on, son. Even if it was an accident, come on, son. We want to talk about Mayor Adams too, going back to Washington, D.C. It's funny how Mayor Adams, every time he goes to Washington, it seems like he never gets to meet with the president. Now, I hope Joe Biden is not fleeing every time he hear the mayor's coming over there, because New York City needs help with this migrant situation, and that's why Mayor Adams is going to Washington to speak with the president and the federal government to try to get some aid over here, because this situation is out of hand. This is not a New York problem. This is a United States problem. So he's asking for help, and every time he goes and asks for help, the president is nowhere to be found. And I know the mayor kind of wish, because the mayor used to say that he was the Biden of Brooklyn. I know he kind of regrets saying he was the Biden of Brooklyn now, when Biden ain't even trying to give him his ear. So listen, Biden, stop ducking the mayor and try to get over there and help New York out, because New York is in a serious crisis. We want to also, before we go, talk about Joe Biden's son, who was in the newspaper recently, and the caption read, "Sex, drugs, and tax evasion." Hunter Biden, if y'all don't know his name, Hunter Biden, he recently was charged with 3 counts, which is crazy. We thinking now, are they targeting Hunter Biden, the sins of the father? Are they trying to get at Joe Biden by going through his son? That's another question we was debating here at the Ghetto Report. Get at us and let us know your comments. That was another edition of the Ghetto Report. Big Hurt, I'm out. you, yo. I'm gonna get you 2 dozen. And tell homegirl that sit behind you, I got her too. I ain't forget. She want the bralettes. I got her. Yo, what's up? It's Easy Peasy. Yo, I can't believe you ain't sold out. But I'm gonna get a new stock. You know what I'm saying? They gonna fall off the back of a truck real soon. But listen, I got the stun guns for all the girls that come home late. These joints here knock them out their socks. And they work. I'm selling these joints with the batteries included and all that. Easy Peasy would never beat you. So come and get the stun guns from Easy Peasy if you work late at night. Also for the dudes, I ain't gonna forget my niggas. I got the nose wax kit. Cause a lot of y'all dudes got afros coming out your nose. This here is $15. If you wanna be sexy, get your sexy back, get the nose hair kit from Easy Peasy. All the stuff fell off the back of a truck. No, Easy Peasy don't get it on the arm. He wait for it to fall in the street. But holla at me, I got the stun guns and the nose wax kit. And I'm gonna be ordering the I Can't Breathe shirts pretty soon. Holla back at me. Easy Peasy, and I'm out.